Hi, it's Kulipup here again. And I wanted to do a really quick video based on what to expect when you are, not what to expect, what is expected of you for you to raise frequency, because I'm putting that out there, you know, like raise your frequency, raise your frequency, raise your frequency. And a lot of people are getting the information, but they don't really understand what's a requirement of them to do so. And I'm making this video specifically because we live in a day and age in a society where so many people expect to have a lot of things given to them. They really do. And I could write out a whole, 1,000-page novel on how to win this game of life. What to look out for, what to expect, and what to blah, 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 blah. Like giving you all the information. But the thing is, because people are expecting this information to be given to them, but then when they have the information, because they didn't take the time to go looking for it themselves, and it was just given to them, they find that they're still completely ignorant or ignorant. Because it was given to them, and they didn't have to work for it. So, and then you're not really raising frequency, you're just taking in information and just discarding it. So, I just wanted to, so everybody can know, like, what is actually expected of you when you are raising your frequency. What can you expect? So, one of the first things that you need to understand is that you're going to need to have a lot of courage when it comes to stepping outside of your, raising your frequency, because you will have to step outside of your comfort zone. Where we are right now as a world and as a society, yeah, it's comfortable, but it's horrible. We see so much pain and so much suffering from not only outside, but from within ourselves as well. Such lack of love and lack of self-acceptance and anxiety, worries, negativity, just everything. People attacking each other all over the place, all the time. And that doesn't mean have to be physical attacking, like children attack each other in school via bullying and so forth. Adults attack each other at work with workplace bullying and this and that. Friends attack each other with backbiting and so forth. Families attack each other with judgment and hurt and so forth. And then the world, countries, and nations attack each other. Everybody is under so much freaking attack. So you're going to have courage to step outside of your comfort zone. And for one, go, no, I refuse to participate. I will no longer attack anyone. But you also have to have courage to be like, hey, if I'm being attacked, I'm going to stand up for myself too. And when I say attacked, again, I don't always mean in the physical. So for example, when you're raising frequency, your opinions, your perspective will change, and you're going to find that not as many people have the same perspective or opinion you do. So you are going to be attacked to say, hey, you're different. Why are you different? Stay in line with us. You know, you're supposed to follow the herd. You're not supposed to step outside of the herd. And a lot of people, they crumble under that. They crumble under that. Even though they feel in their heart that what they want to do is the right thing, they crumble under it. And they go like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'll stay in line. I'll do what I need to do. So you're going to have a lot of courage to go against the grain, to go against what everybody else says or thinks. Because at the moment, everybody is literally, we're like the lemmings, although that's a lie anyway. The lemmings don't purposely herd themselves towards cliffs, but we're all marching in this, we're all marching with society, but society is marching over a cliff. And that everybody's blind because they have their screens in front of them. And everybody's marching towards the cliff. And as soon as you put your screen down and you're like, oh, I'm going to look, oh shit, we're heading towards the cliff. They're going to be like, no, we're not. You should just, here, look at this. Distraction again. And then eventually everybody's just going to fall off a cliff. So you have to be brave to say like, hey, nah, my opinions are different, but that's fine. You have yours, I have mine, but I'm going to be what I'm doing for me. So courage. Next, what you're going to need is a lot of commitment. A lot of commitment. And what I mean by commitment is you're going to have to really train your intent and your will and hone your focus. That is hard. When we live in a world of complete and utter distraction, where people are constantly distracted, trying to focus when everybody all over the place is just like, here, take your attention, your attention, your attention. Here, look over there. Like, check this out. It's really, really hard to remain focused. You know, like, and when I say creating an iron will, just meaning that if this is what you want, you will get it. You will achieve it because you are so focused and you are so committed to creating this in your world. So you have to have commitment, because again, a lot of people, when you start changing your behaviors, even like one of the things that happens is you start not really enjoying TV or programming. You just go off it. You're like, oh, I can't stand TV. And people around you would be like, what? You don't like TV? You don't like this show? You should totally watch this, blah, 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 blah. And some people would be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's right. You're right. I should just watch some TV to relax every now and then. But you've got to stay committed. You got to be like, nah, I just don't like it. It's fine. I don't like it. You can like it. You can watch it, but I'm not going to watch it. And I'm not going to engage with the rubbish that's in there as well. So commitment, lots of commitment. And not only that, but you also need commitment, because when things get harder, you need to still strive through. It's like when you're starting a new diet and you're trying to drop 20 pounds or something, and you go to the gym and you go to the gym for like 2 weeks and you're like, oh, by third week you're like, oh, I don't want to do it, I'm tired. But you got to stay committed because the results are going to come. But you have to stay committed. It's the same kind of thing when it comes to raising frequency. Another thing you're going to have is determination. Lots of determination. You have to be determined to be better than you are. You have to be determined to discover the truth, to discover everything that you can. You need to be determined to hone your skills, to find literally your truth, your line of truth that you have, your heart, you know. You're going to have to be determined to recognize every pattern, be noticing everything you possibly can, being aware of everything that you can, and acknowledging as much as you can. Because if you don't have determination, that want to push you through, then trust me, when you're pushed out of your comfort zone and you need that courage, and then you need the commitment, you got to have the determination to go and get it. Go get it. So you definitely need determination. And to follow that, action. Action. When you have the information you've gained, so you were determined to hone your skills and find your truth, so now you've got information because you're recognizing patterns. Now you're committed because you're just like, yeah, I'm getting this. I'm really committed. I will succeed, yes. And then you're like, and I've got courage to do it regardless of what anybody says or anybody does. I know I'm going to achieve this. Now you got to take it into action. All right? If you know what's best for yourself, this is going to be a really hard one, because a lot of people, they get trapped in the, I'm going to do it. It will happen. It's going to change. But not realizing that you need to take the step in order to make that happen. All right, so for example, when it came to changing the diet, one of the things you have to do to get up to level 5 is you have to stop eating meat. It's mandatory, it's required. And so many people fail at this part because they're like, I don't want to eat, I don't want to give that up. But the thing is, when you know what it's doing, when you know what it's doing to your body, to your energy, and to your frequency, and you then choose to ignore that or use your ignorance when it comes to that, you're not going to get anywhere. Because you have to apply your determination, your commitment, your courage into action. To say, no, I know, although it tastes delicious and I really, really enjoy it, I have to say no. I have to not consent to this. If you are called for the government, for example, if they're just like, you need to go vote, you need to vote, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, you don't vote, Kulipup. Well, I was going to give you my full name. You don't vote, Kulipup. And I'll be like, no, I don't. And you know how many people would be like, oh, how can you not? You're leaving it to, you're leaving the outcome to this, that, and whatever. At least we'll have some sort of say in who gets what. And it's like, no, I don't. I put that into action. I don't vote. And that is because it's pointless. It is the equivalent of choosing whether you'd like to be drowned or stabbed. And I choose life. I don't choose either. So, but the thing is, until you have determination to raise your frequency, you may not understand what I mean just now. But at the end of the day, I have all of those things. So now I'm putting it into action. When another thing is following through on the information that you have and changing your perspective comes with action as well. That is also another action, is to simply change your perspective. When you are given knowledge that is the truth, and it may completely shatter your entire psyche. But if you don't accept that information as the truth, then you can never progress forward. You cannot raise your frequency and you cannot move forward. A way of explaining this is, let's say if you are an individual who is madly in love with another person, yet you tried it out, but the relationship didn't really work out, and now this other individual is just like, nah, I'm kind of moving on. But you're still here going, no, we're going to be in love forever. We're going to be, you're my wife, or you're my husband. I refuse to let you go. But you're basing that action off of a lie. The relationship's dead. You need to move on, because whatever caused it is just unfixable. So an individual like that, if they cannot base their actions off of the truth, and they just keep wanting to stay within their perspective, then they'll never move. So you literally have to take it into action. Another big thing for me, I'll tell you one of the big things that I had to do in order to follow through on my action was, I had a pretty successful business. I ran a pretty successful business. I was actually a hairdresser. And one of the things I had to do with knowing all the information that I knew, knowing what was happening with the system, knowing what the truth about the universe is, it didn't comply with my new understanding of the workings of the universe. So I had the choice to make. I could either carry on and still live in financial comfort, or I could say, nope, not doing it anymore, and dissolve the business. I didn't dissolve it, I just sold it. For nothing, really. I sold my business for nothing because it did not comply with my outlook of my new perspective of the world and my frequency. It didn't comply. So I took action to say, nope, not going to do it. And I will admit, it has been wonderful since I have not been doing that. And I took action. So action is something you need. And lastly, you need to ensure that you are able to go with the flow. When you understand the ways energy works, and when you understand that it is like a river that's all flowing harmoniously together, because that is the love energy organizing the universe, you have to go with that flow of energy. If you go against it, things aren't going to happen well for you. You need to go with the flow of energy. And you need to not hold on to anything. Because if you're holding on to it, it's almost like grabbing for the sticks or the rocks inside the river. And if you find you get on one of those rocks, but the river's still flowing around beside you, and you're just marooned, stuck on this rock in the middle of the river. So you can't do that. You've got to let it go. If there's some white water rapids that are coming up in that river, You need to sail through them. You can't be clinging and trying to be scared of the rapids. You can't do that. You've got to flow with it. So what's going to happen with that is that you need determination, commitment, courage, and action in order to flow. Because there's going to be things in that river that are going to bloody well terrify you. But you got to flow past them. Because a lot of the things that will terrify you come from within you. They do. They come from within you. Those whitewater rapids are your anxiety, they're your fears, they're your doubts. But you've got to sail through them and still look to what's coming for you. All right? Because if you do that, yeah, you'll go through some hard times, but they'll flow a lot faster, and they'll just be a moment in time, and then the new things, the new change, the new good stuff will come to you. So you have to flow. But again, you can't do that unless you got all the other 4 things going on. So to conclude, determination, commitment, courage, action, and flow. That is what you need in order to raise frequency, and that is what is expected out of you, to raise frequency. And just really ensure, and just the last words that I'm going to leave you with is, don't be scared of putting in the effort. If you don't know something, you do not have to go immediately to find the answer from a specific source. The answer is in everything. You just have to go find the pieces, okay? Really look at this as a game of logic, a game of chess, a game of, Monopoly, a game of there's so many, whatever games you want to put it on. Play life as you would play a game. Enjoy it. Enjoy the game. Enjoy finding the pieces, finding the clues, doing the treasure hunt. Because it's about the journey as well. Raising frequency is not just about getting to the top level, but it's about the journey you're taking through those levels. Because you're going to need all of it when you get to the top. Because if you try to go from 0 to 10 without going through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, you're going to be at 10, and you're going to be really, really messed up. Because things will, it's like being in the 4th grade, but being asked to take your master's in psychology from Harvard. But you're like in the 4th grade, like that's way out of your depth. You can be placed there, but that doesn't mean you're going to succeed. So you've got to work your way through. Enjoy the journey. Don't expect all the information just to be given to you. I'm going to give you information, but I'm only giving you small bits so that you can literally go out and expand. Because until you reach frequency level, within your physical frequency level up to 10, so you've got like from 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. You can still get information by just looking at the world around you. It's only until you get into level 10, 11, and 12, and 13, or where 11, 12, and 13, where the answers will only be found inside you. So, so there you go. So I hope this video helps, and enjoy it. All right. See you later.